Welcome back to part 34 of the Gods and Goddesses of Ancient Egypt. Let's take a look at a combination of two gods that was worshipped in later Egyptian history. Let's meet Horakhty. Now it's pretty simple to find out which two gods were combined to make the god Horakhty. There is the god Re or Ra, which, if you could believe it, was part 1 of this series, and then there is Horus, which was part 31. But it's not just Horus, in fact. Horakhty means Horus of the two horizons, and this essentially was a sunrise-oriented aspect of the god Horus itself. Horakhty was more than just a title or a manifestation of these gods. It was actually a full composite deity that was only popular in certain time periods. Its name translated to Ra, who is Horus of the horizon, and this name reflects the sun's journey from horizon to horizon as Ra. And this makes Ra a deity of hope and rebirth. And this deity really only appears towards the very, very end of the New Kingdom. And it's just something I've observed, but mostly on funerary items. So either on sarcophagi or on stela like these. That's where you tend to see him. You don't really see him in larger temples or any sort of kind of religious iconography. It really has to do with funerary iconography. This is him described in an actual tomb in the Valley of the Kings, and this is where he typically kind of shows up. Even in the tomb of Horemheb, who was a pharaoh after Tutankhamun, he actually proclaimed Horakhty as the king of the gods. I personally have found him to be very popular during the Third Intermediate period, and he again appears in coffin inscriptions, stela, books of the dead, and tomb descriptions. You don't really see him in his own kind of temple or having his own cult worship. Because Horakhty is a composite of two falcon gods, he is also depicted as a falcon, but sometimes it's very hard to distinguish him from Ra or from Horus. Because of this association with the sun, rather than some other aspects of Horus like kingship, you usually find him wearing the sun disk on his head. But you can sometimes see him in the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt, or like this one with an Atef crown. Reading the hieroglyphs of the god's name is sometimes the only way to tell the difference between Ra, Horus, and Horakhty. Check out the next part for a god that represents the primordial mound, or the first part of Earth that was created by the Egyptian gods.